Hi guys, buddy guy Landman. I wanted to just talk to you guys for a second today about contacting people. When you first get on the leasehold, it's crucial that you get all of the tax rolls, because the tax rolls are going to have the most current address to reach out and initially contact somebody, whether they have a P.O. box or if they have an address. Some people these days, with the technology that they have today, it's very difficult to find just working phone numbers or even find out where they are. So when you first get on a leasehold, first thing you want to do is get all the tax rolls that you can. Being a realtor helps. I'm a real estate agent and I carry that around with me, so I have access to MLS. Inside the MLS system, which is the multiple listing service, they have a lot of good information there on anybody who owns property. The taxes are the one thing, you know what they say, death and taxes. But that's your first in. And once you get those initial addresses, it's important that you don't just get to printing leases. You're wasting your toner, you're wasting your paper, you're wasting your envelopes. I mean, just sending out a lease and making a mistake where somebody has passed away or just isn't there anymore, you're going to get that back in the mail and you've just made a $7 mistake by sending out the postage, the toner, and everything that you spent on your dime. These are costly mistakes. A better method would be, and what works for me, is I send out a letter to every single address on my leasehold. In this case, there was a couple of hundred addresses I found P.O. boxes for, and also found physical addresses for. Now down here on the Kenai Peninsula, they don't really deliver too much mail directly to homes. It's different wherever I go. But out here in particularly, a lot of people come out here to Alaska because they don't want to be found. But anyway, these are returned addresses that I know that I don't need to try and contact anymore. But some of these addresses could be the physical address, so that's why I don't throw anything away on a leasehold whenever I'm working it. These are all returns, but they only cost me a stamp a piece. Instead of a $7 mistake, those were 50-cent mistakes that I had sent out. Now, once you've gotten that initial contact out and you've got that sent off, whether it's the same day or whatever, you should get into, if you're a realtor, use your MLS. It's an excellent resource. The next best one that I've found out there is Accurate. It's LexisNexis Accurate. It's expensive. You also want to look and see if there's any local resources. You can call your fire department, find out if they have a fire and rescue book. It has everybody's tracks and land in there. It's a great resource to get. You can find people like that. Also, you want to find out if there's any local resources. Like out here, we have engines. That's how you find people in Alaska, is by using engines. It's $1 a minute, but that's just the way it goes. You find somebody, you're doing research on them, it has all the different ways. Main thing to keep in mind is nobody's going to sell anybody a vehicle, or they're not going to sell them a snow machine on credit and not have a physical address. Where is my property located that I have this loan against? They want to know it's not at the P.O. box. That's not where they're going to come and repossess it if you don't make your payment on it. But anyway, once you get into that and you start calling, it's crucial that you know your lease and you talk to these lessors in a manner in which they can understand. Some of them will have no idea what a lease is. Some of them are going to think you're trying to buy their property, and there's going to be others that just think it's a scam. So when you get out there and you start contacting people, knocking on the door, that's the number one way that I feel that you're not a scam. You're a real person. You're standing there in front of them and you explain the lease to them. Make sure you explain the lease to them, because let me tell you something. You can have them sewn up over the phone where they're ready to sign your lease, but you send that lease out to them and they kick it back to you because the very first paragraph on most leases say that you're going to lease it for $10 and other valuable consideration. So your lessor has just read 2 sentences into your lease and they've thrown it. They're out. They feel like you scammed them. So you need to explain the bonus. Explain it has nothing to do with the royalties. Explain the permitting process, why we need the amount of time that we do to get everything together. But anyway, I just wanted to talk to you about that, about wasting your time. I've been doing this for about 8 years now, but and by far I'm not the best, but I'm very effective at getting leases in my employer's hands. But if you have any questions, please feel free to contact me. You can contact me or leave a like or send me an email at buddy@myminerallease.com. Thanks for listening today, and that's all I got.